Alright, so you're wandering through the internet. Entertainment levels are low. You both are about to die of boredom. What do you want to do?
I look for a cool new podcast.
Yeah, and I assist. Alright, give me an investigation check. Oh yeah, and roll with advantage.
Bond's Journal, page 94. We are preparing to strike at Groodhog. Not moments ago, we attacked the watchtower. See, we were in Yartar, but then Kinian just took off, so we had to leave real quick. Tin happens to be able to turn us into gas, so we're pretty sneaky. We knocked out the guard hobgoblins, and now we're going to investigate the hog. Sounds like there might be a gnome being tortured.
And you hear a little halfling voice on the other side. It is not Iver, and he says, "Get your hands off me! No, stop!" And you hear a goblin voice who he says, "Shut up, halfling! We're gonna cook you for guh." And he says, "No!" He's shouting at the top of his lungs, and you can hear a lot of like pitter patter on the other side of this curtain.
Can you describe, like, are we hearing this through the door or can we see in?
No, you hear it through the curtain. You might be able to lift up the bottom of the curtain if you want.
I'm not waiting
To
for
peek
that.
in? No? Okay.
Just go in.
It sounds like this halfling is an innocent person that they're threatening.
I'm trying to pretend to be one of them,
Okay.
but
Well, I'm
That's
letting
good.
you go in front of me, but I'm not waiting for
Yeah,
and
so
it's totally going to be ruined.
Staravash and Keo go in.
Yep. I'm going to climb up the side of the building because he gave me spider climb up to the roof to peer down the chimney.
Bond gave you spider climb? Okay. We'll resolve that first then. So you get up to the roof, and you can see down. There's a little bit of smoke coming up. You're able to muster through it, though, and you see a raging fire. It's about 10 or so degrees warmer over top of this very large chimney. And this fire is pretty big. I mean, the pit itself, this chimney, is about 10 by 10. So it's a very big chimney. You don't see anything underneath that might give you any extra information. Like inside, down the chimney, you don't see anything down there. Just that raging fire.
I drop a flask of oil.
Down below, you hear like oh, what was that? The fire starts to rage. And then it eventually dies down as the oil burns off.
And so Staravash and I are going in as
Yep.
they're talking about cooking this halfling.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk right up to him and be like, "No, you can't cook him. He's too skinny."
Yeah, look at him! And Staravash like lifts up one of the arms and he like pinches the underneath and it's like this will not do for Guh.
It's like, "Don't worry, I found some stuff." I pull up a big hunk of salted bill,
Okay.
the last of it.
Oh my gosh.
First off, deception check with advantage. Staravash is helping.
Deception 13.
13. All right. They're like, "Who are you?"
"I'm Ralph of the Deepfoot clan."
Oh, the Deepfoot clan. I haven't heard. What? Who's your master? And
at that point, it's all falling apart because Kyo.
well,
Yeah.
Staravash puts his hand on your shoulder
Yeah.
and he says, "Illustrad is our master, the fire giant of the north. Do you question us, goblin?" And the goblin backs down a little bit. And you kind of get a chill down your spine, as if he's kind of taking a position over these goblins that used to be like a good slipper. It fits well. So they've like stopped prepping. Like this one goblin's like dumping paprika on top of the
God.
the halfling, and then like stops and pauses, and the one that's got like this meat cloth on it, like this white smock, like walks over and grabs the chunk of salted bill, and is like, oh, well, this is a lot heavier than the halfling. I guess we can take this. And he says, I'll be sure to let Ga know that your master has provided quite the tribute. And he starts taking it over to prep.
Like, I pull out an apple. I'm like, now time to start fattening this one up.
And you just shove it in his
mouth.
Nice.
And then I grab him and I start pulling him outside.
Okay.
You're gonna enjoy yourself until we eat you.
They just totally, they go about their business. They're cooking other things. There's like arms laying on tables and stuff like that, and they're just breaking down these bodies and arms and stuff like that and getting them prepped up for whatever gut is.
I peer back over the roof.
Does any of it smell good?
It's a little sweet. It's a little sweet. Especially the cooked bits. You peer over the roof, and you see Kyo in his disguise and Starebash kind of walking a prisoner out with a apple like smashed into his mouth. The prisoner is bound by rope, and looks like he's got some like red-brown goober all over him. Kyo tastes this halfling.
Yeah, the spice is off.
Yeah.
I walk back down the wall.
Okay.
Rejoin the group.
All right. The halfling like looks around and has this like incredulous look on his face.
I shush him.
Okay.
Just be like, relax. We're here to deal with this problem. But you need
I
to be
smile a
quiet.
smile that looks like it would be, it should be inviting, but since it's a goblin smile,
super intimidating.
it's like not
Yeah.
something he wants to see.
He gives Minette a curt nod, and it
We'll cut
like,
the bonds off of them, and
Okay. He takes the apple out of his mouth and he's chewing the bit and he says, my name's Roderick, and I'm a sheep farmer. I'm just telling you this right now. I ain't leaving. Until I get my fair share of sheep.
Well, you're on your own then. Good luck with that.
And
We're not here to divvy sheep up.
Here to liberate all the slaves.
he says, if you can help me get me about 100 sheep, I'll be on my way.
You realize there's still a lot of enemies here?
Yep. I mean, I'm not saying right now, but eventually. Like, just don't kill 100 sheep, leave them for me.
Well, you seem very grateful of your rescue.
I am very grateful.
I
But
sigh.
I kind of want to handshake this guy.
Where's the sheep?
Should I handshake him?
I'm not sure that I hear them out there, and all I know is they burned my house, they killed my family, and they ate all my sheep. And I think for the least of my troubles, I should at least get 100 sheep.
Well, that's your responsibility. We didn't take the sheep from you. It's not our problem.
What's the nearest town?
You probably don't know.
I probably don't know.
Yeah, not this area.
What was the town we came from?
Yartar, 200 miles away.
Tell him.
Probably a closer town.
I tell him I think they're in Yartar.
What?
The sheep.
The sheep? The Yartar. I think that's a pretty far away, man.
I think I heard them say something about bringing all the sheep to Yartar.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. And
Better idea. We'll give you 150 sheep, but you have to guard our prisoners.
deal.
Did we see any sheep when we were circling?
We know that there's sheep over here.
Yeah,
He
at least
he
300.
described it.
Yep.
Okay.
He says, deal. You got a knife in case one gets out or lippy.
I hand him. I hand him one of the table knives.
Insight check to tell if he's
Perfect. And he grabs it. He grabs it like hastily grabs it. Just fantastic. Thank you.
I like the insight check to see if he's just gonna kill him as soon as we leave.
Okay.
pretty insightful today. That's 21.
You think Roderick may be a little spiteful for, his life being ruined. Not really sure what he's gonna do, but you've got a gut feeling that you probably can't trust him to at least not torture these hobgoblins.
Especially someone who's so demanding of us.
So, he goes, so, where are these people? Who am I watching?
They're in the tower out there.
Does a 13 passive insight give me the same kind of feeling that Adam got, or that Bond got?
No. Well, I'm gonna go. And he just kind of bloop, 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 and starts, he goes up the stairs, and he goes, good God, you ruined these son of bitches. and he just kind of, you hear him like uncork one of the bottles up there. He's like, oh, that one's empty. Bloop, that one's empty. Damn. And he finally finds one, and he quiets down.
Guys, I don't think it's safe to leave him there with those guys.
Well, we don't really know that we need to keep those guys safe, to be perfectly honest.
We didn't kill them. That's all we were asked.
I'm concerned.
Well, do we
I'm
want
a
to...
little loath to ask it, but Kinian, could you help calm things down?
Calm thing. What?
Everybody's like, wait, what? Kinian doesn't calm things down.
Kinian is the excitement maker. He's not like, all right, bedtime, let's go to bed.
Oh,
I mean, bedtime,
Calm
lights
things
out.
down.
But
He does go lights out.
Bond says this guy's trouble.
I walk up the side of the tower.
hey, what's going on? You just hear like, boof, like a sickening thump.
And walk back down the tower.
Yeah, I did.
Keo,
Did you
one of
just-
those job done things?
did you just kill that guy?
I just said hello.
He handshaked him.
Yeah, I mean, insight. Would I know that means headbutt?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go up and tie him up.
Was
Okay.
he breathing after the headbutt?
Keo, you notice he's breathing when you're tying him up.
Yeah.
He's alright, he's just knocked out.
I turn to Minette and I'm like, I gotta stop headbutting short people. I just about threw my back out.
You have back problems?
Staravash is like peeking back inside, and he's like, I think they're getting close to being done. There's only like 2 of them in there. They're just wrapping up whatever that meat was that Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. That's right. That's what his name was.
Alright guys, why don't we let's go SWAT
Are we
room
gonna
by
go loud?
room. I don't think we have a choice with the thunder cannon, but
Well, Manette could just not use the thunder cannon for a bit.
Sort of quiet. Staravash says, "Don't you have the magic rod? Molasses."
I'm sure Staravash and I can take care of the 2 remaining ones.
Yeah,
And Staravash cracks his knuckles.
I don't
Let's
think
just-
we need the thunder cannon.
let's just all go in, attack, move to the next room,
I hear attack.
attack.
Actually, I have a
Attack.
good idea. Keo pulls out his pipe, lights it up, pops his head in with the pipe, and he's like, "Hey, want to smoke?"
And they're like, "Oh yeah!" And they pull the meat off of the fire, and they like start tropsing through. And as they trops through, they like walk right by Kinian.
Am I proficient with Goblin
I don't know.
as a weapon?
This is the time to find out.
I grab them both.
Okay. Yeah, you got a 5.
Okay.
I think you piss. I think you piss higher than a 5.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So you've got them both. Same deal. Just clunk. Okay. Oh, you got them.
I'm like, "Don't worry, we're here to save you."
Thonk.
And they just, their heads drop over and they go limp.
I tie them up.
Okay.
I bring them to the pile.
What is this, Hitman? You just got like a pile of bodies. I like it. Okay, so the coast seems clear in this area.
As I leave the tower, I say, keep a watch out.
Okay. You guys enter this room, and it's a full-blown kitchen. It has a larder that hangs off of it.
Ooh, meat!
And yeah.
How's the salted bill?
The salted bill looks about rare currently. It also goes to the docks. So it goes to 2 different rooms. It goes to the larder, and then it also goes to the docks. Quick glance in the larder. There is no meat hanging, but there's a lot of flies in here, and it smells like shit, like pig shit down the well, and it also smells like death coming up.
That's lovely.
There is, by well, I mean there is a hole in the ground, and there is a makeshift ladder that goes down into this hole, and it stinks bad.
I peer out the curtain that leads to the dock.
Okay. You look out that curtain, and you see one hobgoblin pacing back and forth, kind of muttering to himself a little bit. That's all you see.
Belaying club.
What? Roll. Do you want to sneak up on him?
I want to sneak up on him.
All right, go for it.
But then I'll have to attack with disadvantage. 12.
You don't seem to
That was a sneak.
alert him.
Now, would I just add strength? And not.
It depends.
Well,
Are you
it's a
making
belaying
an
club.
attack?
It's a belaying club. I want to hit him with.
Oh,
So it's
you,
like a club.
you've got proficiency in it, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, I think 26 is gonna.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that hits the dress, so yes. All right, damage?
What do I roll then?
Isn't that a D4 plus strength?
For a club?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to say yes.
Clubs are D4s in this.
Nice.
11.
Yeah, just crumples. You find in this area, it opens up to a little room off of the docks. There is no boats currently docked, but in this room is a little plaque on the wall that in common is like scratched into the wall. That says Watermaster, and then underneath it, it has like a goblin writ in there.
What does it say?
That's nice.
Watermaster.
It's nice that they have it in common as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're
very-
accommodating. And you see there are a couple barrels of fish in here, 2 crates of rations, which is 20 days. 2 crates is 20 days of rations. A fishing pole in the corner, and you also find in here a unlocked wooden coffer, and it has 80 silver pieces and 45 gold pieces, and a non-magical platinum ring of elven design, which is 100 gold pieces.
Did you say 40 or 45?
45.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I take the hobgoblin off to the collection.
Okay.
Now, peering over the side of the stink hole,
Mm-hmm.
can I see the bottom with 60-foot dark vision?
Yes. And it looks like a bloody mess. There's pig carcasses all over the place. What looks to be blood. It smells really bad down here.
Yeah.
So it's literally a bloody mess.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but Kyo, being an adventurer,
That's going to transition back to gaseous form.
Okay.
Can you?
Yeah.
The whole
8
duration you can
hours.
swap between.
Nice.
It just takes a minute each time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So does
going-
everybody anamorph?
No, I'm still sneaking around.
In this room, you also see another like makeshift curtain, a lighter curtain that leads out into a larger room. You can hear on the other side of this curtain like this loud chomping noise, like chewing and like bone snapping. So, Manette, you turn into gaseous form. What does Kyo do?
Kyo, sadly, is going to investigate the stink hole. Oh, man.
You're investigating down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a 6, because he's so busy trying to...
Did you go down the steps?
Yeah.
Okay. You went down the steps and
Sure, with the trap. There's a trap.
At the bottom of the steps, you start looking around,
Probably
and you
some
see
carrying
a hill giant that doesn't seem to notice you yet. It is working it away off in one of the corners that you couldn't see. It is working away, and it's like dropping little pieces of grit and garbage meat off the edge to an Utyu. I don't know if you know what that looks like. So basically, what you see is a large tentacle mass. It is a quadruped with a gaping maw on the front, and it's got like tentacles with teeth on it. It is a large creature, I do believe. One of its tentacles has eyes that wave around and look around for it. It is yellow of color, and it is a large beast. And it looks like it's just kind of domesticated almost. It's kind of sniffing around, if it could sniff, around this hill giant's legs, and is picking up any grit and grizzle that it drops.
So I pick up a just bone or whatever.
Yep.
Rock. Press to digitize it to put a mark on it, and the mark says "help" in small letters. And I throw it up out of the hole,
Okay.
and then I proceed to try to sneak up on the hill giant and shove it into the monster.
Okay.
But I don't know if I
Hold.
can shove a creature 2 size categories
You'd
bigger.
have to enlarge.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold. So,
that's what I'm doing, whether it works or not.
yeah. So, this is at the end of Minette's cloud form. Minette, you saw Kyo go down the hole. Tin, what are you doing during this? Would you be with Kyo? Are you exploring with Minette? Basically, Tin and Bon, what are you doing?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
To me, there's no one here to save or no one being aggressive, so
Okay.
I'm kind of ready to go to the next room, but I'm not going to
Okay.
go without everyone else.
Would you have? Okay.
So I guess I'll just kind of,
you
it's
could
not like there's stuff to look around through.
Not really.
Yeah.
You would have probably been backing up Kyo if that's the case. Seeing how Kyo is expressing some want to go down.
Okay.
Bon.
I am holding in the center point,
Okay.
awaiting the sound of need.
Okay. Staravash is just kind of puppy dogging with Kinian currently.
Yeah, puppy dog.
Yeah, helping out.
Puppy dog.
Okay. So Tin, a bone comes flying up through this hole. You go and snag it, and it says help.
I carefully move forward
Okay.
because I'm not sure what's going on.
So you move forward towards the hole, and you look down, and you see Kyo like starting to tiptoe towards a corner.
With my dark vision, can I see what's in the corner that he's going to?
Yeah, no, not from your point of view.
Okay.
You do have line of sight on Bon and the cloud form that is Minette, and by this time Kinian would have wrapped up his work as
I
well.
kind of kind of wave them over.
Okay.
'Cause I have no idea what's going on, but obviously Kyo didn't want to shout if he's the one that threw the bone up, which I'm thinking.
Yeah. You
Because it seems
definitely.
like something he would do.
Well, he'd recognize the handwriting too, probably.
Oh yeah, you do like to.
Right on
Right,
everything.
Yeah.
How far down is the hole?
About 20 foot. Do you want to go down it?
Can I just spider climb down? Or is it too slippery?
There is no actual walls. It is literally a hole in the ground and then a ladder.
Yeah, but I can just go.
Oh yes,
Be on the
yeah.
roof.
You can walk around on the roof. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wanna do
Spider
that.
climb's dope.
Yeah. I'm using it a lot.
I totally forget about that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just gonna go whoop. I'll be upside down.
Okay.
What does the ground look like below the hole? Bones and
mud.
stuff?
Mud. Looks like mud. Stinks real bad.
Like brown mud or red mud?
Like poop cover.
Like a thick black brown mud.
Okay. Nice.
So, you are on this on the ceiling, Kinian, and you start walking towards the hill giant,
Mm-hmm.
and you're starting to match pace with with Keo. What does everybody else want to do? We're gonna roll initiative here in a
I
second.
want to wave at you.
I go down.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'd like.
scout.
This is gonna be
You're gonna go around.
I'm a scout.
Okay.
Through this building
Okay.
as a gas cloud.
We will get to you then.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, if you want to, top floor or bottom floor? You want to go down the hole, or what floor you're on?
Floor I'm on.
There's no traps that you can see. So,
I'd like to lower myself down with a rope.
This is the ladder.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Yeah, there's a
I
ladder.
will just use the ladder.
okay.
That's right.
Yep. So you climb down the ladder and Bond too, and Stairvash as well. All right. So you guys get to the bottom. We're gonna roll initiative.
Keo makes a special attack, a shove attack, which a creature up to one size category larger makes a contested strength. And if I win,
Are you
I get to-
technically a medium or a small?
I'm technically a small. It's okay. My strength, though, for this contested strength, is a
Oh, that's right.
well, it's not going to matter because I know it's large, but
It's
Just-
huge.
just-
We might break that considering you've got a modified strength score. So
figure. Well, that's a leverage issue, but
okay.
anyways, if I were to be able to make it, which I shouldn't by the rules, it'd be a 21 that it'd have to be.
21. Okay.
But I
All
just
right.
want the listeners to know that
Yeah. Okay.
it would have worked if I weren't small.
All right.
Do you still
You push,
Yeah, I'm pushing.
and when you push, like this shutter moves through the hill giant, right?
Mhm.
A shutter moves through the hill giant, and he's like, "You stick up, bah," and you understand. He says, "Calm, slimy," and then like
call him slimy.
yeah, when he says that, the Utyu like looks up at the hill giant and starts looking around and sees you. Kinian.
I see that Keo just tried to push over the hill giant.
The hill giant does not look like it understood what was going on. In perspective, the hill giant seems to think that Keo is the Utyu.
I chuckle to myself really softly,
Okay.
rage and drop from the ceiling and try to pull the giant forward, basically doing what Hugh is doing, but from his backpack. So I want to land on his backpack and try
Yeah.
to pull him backwards, like pulling him down to the ground with me, like
Okay.
moving
Okay.
along.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it. So go ahead and do your strength thing.
It only replaces one of your attacks.
22. I know.
What was your strength?
22.
22. He topples. I need you to...
Dex.
Yes, Dex.
At which point, Keo thinks he knocked him over.
Uh-huh.
Keo, you need to Dex as well. He fell towards you.
What? He fell the wrong way.
18.
18.
If it's a save, it's 15.
15. Alright, fantastic. You guys take half of 14, so 7 points of damage. You save, and you don't, you're not pinned, but the meat flaps of this hill giant has struck you. It's kind of painful.
Oh,
Yes.
How poetic.
I no longer look like a goblin.
You, sir.
He didn't technically damage me, did he?
Yes, you just took damage.
Is he hostile?
This character,
Is the...
he's not hostile towards you. You're hostile towards it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna make a wisdom.
Okay. Okay.
And I pull out my my axe and try to drive it down on his neck.
Because it's really your own action that damaged you.
With
Yeah.
25 damage.
25 damage. All right. All right. It is now Staravash's turn. Go ahead and
Starvash runs up with his pike
Okay.
At advantage.
at advantage.
Yes.
He goes, "Don't you hurt my friend, Kinian!" And stabs at the giant. For 14?
14 is going to hit.
Hey, cool.
Done.
That's 10 piercing damage.
10 is... Alright, fantastic.
And
You're doing it from 10 feet away, right?
And I'm doing it from 10 feet away.
Is it a pole arm or something like that? Okay.
It's a pike, which is long. And his second stab with it. Bow, 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 because he's got that thing that's 19's be crit.
Oh, he's a
He's a
champion.
champion.
Yeah.
Crit fishing.
Crit fishing.
Mm-hmm.
2d20.
Nice.
It's 22.
22? Holy crap.
Starvash
is pulling his weight today.
Yeah. This giant looks bloodied.
That'll be it for Starvash.
The giant, like, "Ooh, what is this?" And he starts shouting. You guys hear the noise of pigs squealing to the right of you in a connected room. It is the hill giant takes some movement to stand up. Or no, he needs to break the grapple, right? Or you drop grapple because you did your attack.
It was a shove.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Okay.
a grapple.
All right. So he stands and he makes 2 attacks. First, because he dropped his cleaver, he grabs for his great club that's standing up next to the wall, and he starts attacking you guys. There is a crit on Kinian and a attack on Starvash at a probably gonna hit 20. Yeah, it's above 20. All right, Kinian, you take 23 damage for you. He is now hostile. Yep, because he attacked you. His second attack on Starvash does 14 in total bludgeoning damage. All right, it is Bond's turn.
Bond reaches into his pocket and pulls out a slip of paper. It's got writing on it. He's like, he says some stuff in giant,
Okay.
and Kyo would know that Bond just said, "Hello, where is the bathroom?"
My name is Santiago Man Bathroom.
But he says it like he's threatening the giant.
Okay.
Where is the
Hello,
library?
where's the bathroom?
Geht es Ihnen, kommen Sie mir sagen.
And he looks at it like,
Detroit.
oh, wait a minute. Flips it over
That's right.
and says, "You're gonna die today, giant."
Okay.
That sounds better.
And you attack him?
And I attack.
All right. Do your attack, please.
2 thwops with the staff and a kick to the shin. Staff 1 is in 11. Staff 2 is a 16 and kick 13.
16 and 13 hit.
Oh, cool. The staff does 6 damage and the kick does 3 damage.
6 and 3.
6 and 3.
All right. The Utyu goes and is going to attack. The Utyu attacks at Bon, Starvash, and Kinian.
Does it have? I can't remember. Does it have eyes?
On its tentacles. One of them.
So if I were to use warding flare, I would think that it would have an effect on it.
Potentially, yes.
I'll use warding flare for the first attack.
Okay. The first attack is a bite on Bon. Misses Bon. 2 tentacles go whipping out, one at Starvash and one at Kinian. 19 for Kinian and 17 for Starvash.
Hits.
And hits. So 2 hits. I need you both to make a grapple check. So strength or strength, athletics, or the other one.
How about 29?
The other one.
Yeah, 29 makes it.
19 for Starash.
All right. You both take 17 points of piercing damage, and neither of you are grappled. All right. It is now Tin's turn.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on the giant.
All right.
Spell attack. Okay, that's going to hit because that's 26 to hit.
Yep.
And then 46, that's 10. And that's 17 radiant damage. Next attack on the giant has advantage.
Okay. So 17, you said? Radiant damage? Okay. All right. Keo, you have advantage on attack spells against the giant. Or you
Well,
can
both,
take out the
actually.
Uyu. Oh, is it both?
Well, yeah, because they're both close to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I'm going to hopefully not be noticed as I see the murderous glint in Kinian's eyes,
Okay.
and I retreat back using my movement. I do not disengage though.
Okay. The Uyu and the giant attack out at you.
On a hit, I will shield as a reaction.
Okay. Uyu first hits.
So shield goes up.
Okay.
Puts me up to a 23.
And it still hits. And you take 11 damage. Next one is from the giant, and that is gonna hit you as well. Oh wait, no. 13 plus 6, 19. What is it with
23.
shield? 23 with shield. Okay. So that misses. Alrighty.
Back up. And then I twin a chromatic orb.
Okay.
I yell, "Quick to safety!" And I fire one at the hill giant, which a 19 plus 6 should hit, and one at the tentacly beast. Does a 15 hit that?
15 hits that.
Alright, so I hit both.
Yeah.
And each one takes 3d8 plus 3 fire damage.
Nice. Let's go.
So the giant takes 17, 20.
20 damage. Alright.
And the other one takes 13.
13. So first it's been damaged. Next is Kinian.
I put as much distance between myself and Gideon as possible, including climbing upward.
Do you say anything about noting his condition? Or do you
Uh,
just run away?
You
I said
know
run to
that
safety.
his eyes are no longer the pale blue that they usually are. They go red, pure red.
He's probably just raging.
He's probably gonna say his thing, but no, I was yelling to quick run
Yeah.
safety.
What's closest to me?
What's the closest to you? The closest would be
So the giant,
probably the giant. Yeah.
I lash out with a power attack. 4, 6, 7, for 13.
13 hits.
Cheers.
Meets AC.
26.
26 points of damage. You fell it.
Stupid giant.
What's the closest thing to me?
The Bond.
Turn to you like, good job, Kinian.
Oh God!
Why are your eyes red?
If you turn towards Bon, I'm going to use Warding Flare for the attack. So you'll have disadvantage.
Are you gonna say your
Power attack.
Good.
Yeah. What's your line again?
Betrayals
Yeah.
I'm a dick.
from the closest. Comes from the ones who are closest to you or something?
Betrayal never comes from your enemies.
Oh, yeah.
Betrayal never comes from your enemies. And power attack.
I'll take it you hit me.
23 damage. And I attack you again. And you don't have warding flare.
You get 3 attacks?
I killed an enemy.
23, huh?
That's gonna hit. 31 damage.
I'm unconscious.
Gideon, no!
I say, like, you hit me the first time, I'm like, dude, same team! And then, oh!
What's the closest thing to me?
Oh my god.
Probably the Uyu at this point.
Isn't it a bonus action to do that though?
What's the closest thing to me?
The closest thing to you is probably going to be the Uyu.
I move right up
Okay.
against it.
Okay. Just.
Yeah.
Alright. It is Stairvash's turn. And,
Servash yells, Tin, do that thing Bon was talking about earlier. I honestly don't know what he would do in this situation, because
He'd probably try and pull on out.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I would think. Is
he grabs a hold of Bon with one hand and starts dragging.
okay. Bon, death save, please. Failure. That's one. The Uyu.
Thanks.
That
Thank you.
one- Yeah. We'll count this down. The Uyu is purely focusing on Kinian. It is intelligent. Intelligent enough to know where the damage is going to come from. Biting is going to be a 6 and 8. That's going to miss. 2 tentacles attack at a hit for 21, and then a second attack at an 18, which I think hits you. So you take 9 points of piercing damage and 8 points of piercing damage. I need you to make 2 grapple checks.
28, 29,
18 and 29.
28, 29.
Yeah, no. Next is 10.
So by this point, this being the second battle, I've kind of realized that Kenyon pretty much just goes for whatever's closest to him when he's like that. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Staravash and Bon, and I'm going to spare the dying on Bon to stabilize him. And I'll end my turn directly in front of the two of them in case Kenyon were to turn towards us.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that Kenyon's still going to be attacking the Uyu because we're a little bit away from them.
Sure. Okay. Heal.
Kyo casts Wall of Fire in a circle around Kinian and the Uyu,
Okay. Alright. Pointing inward.
pointing inward.
Alright.
To enter, only one leaves.
It'll be funny if the spell drops and Kinian's still alive. Yeah.
You're up above, right?
So it's
You're like up above on the walls, aren't you?
I'm on the ladder.
Yeah, he's
probably,
on the ladder.
but I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it all the way out of the room.
Yep.
And it's got 120 foot range. And so
Roll your damage.
You'll both have to roll your save. And it's
A deck save.
5d8, yeah.
Alright, deck save. Failure at a 2.
20.
You made it, so you take half. 2, so it's kind of weak, yeah. Yep.
How much?
16. Yep. And that'll continue.
Minus 4.
Alright. Next is Kinian.
Fire damage.
I am a totem barbarian. I have everything. Remember, I made the save.
Kinian.
Closest to me.
Rage,
Power attack.
rage.
That'll hit. 23 damage.
23. Holy shit.
And I hit him again. Power attack. Mew mew
I like how it's transformed from a foghorn to like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing?
I wonder what it'll change to next.
Go ahead and roll.
You want me to? Oh, thank you.
It's the dice.
It's the dice.
You should use these two.
16
Or
total.
maybe not.
16 total?
Plus modifier.
16 plus 21. So
balls.
37.
37.
How do you do a plus?
Power attack.
Power attack.
Power attack,
So he adds 10 plus the strength plus.
My plus 2 on my weapon.
Well, what's bloodied?
Crazy.
All right.
Why do we even fight? Why don't we just like Kinian, go?
That's what I was saying. Drop him in like the
You got a
Hulk.
Hulk.
Well, that's why I didn't.
Because that's not any fun for the rest of us.
That's why I didn't do remove curse yet.
All right.
You got a very deadly.
Like he can kill you and then I'll
Really
stop.
care.
Yeah, exactly. Staravash.
Yeah, get him, Kinian.
Starfresh doesn't quite know what's going on yet.
Does he have any range?
No.
Okay. So he holds or just waits. Bon is napping. Because Spare the Dying only stabilizes.
Yeah.
Well,
Uyu.
the wall's opaque. You can't see what's going on in there anyway.
What?
You can't see through the firewall.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so the Uyu.
Well, you could attack with disadvantage, I guess, through it.
Oh! Sorry, one more attack.
Why?
Because I crit.
Why is that a thing?
Great weapon. If I make a kill,
Holy shit.
Or-
if I make a kill or a crit.
That feat was made for you.
Who wants to roll this time?
Well, let me do it. I
I
got this.
Are we just like now rolling for his damage?
Well,
yeah.
doesn't roll well.
Well, I let him do it last time.
He's spreading it around.
14 plus 21.
That's a 9.
What's a
that
9?
was, yeah, that was 17 plus 21.
17 plus 21, so 38. Because my dice suck.
It's dead. You killed it. You killed it
But
in.
you can't see any
You
enemies.
killed it.
I can't see. You guys better
Oh,
be quiet.
yeah.
You killed it in one round. Like one of your rounds. There was only a little bit of damage on that thing. Good job.
That's a beast.
Great weapon,
man.
master.
You let me put this in perspective. You put more damage on it in one hit than it had in total, and 2 people had hit it. I like it. All right,
We have a Hulk.
so yes,
So now that it's.
there's a fire ring.
Is it my turn?
It is. Yes, it is your turn.
Okay. I shout to Kyo to drop the the wall of fire, and I position myself right by it and hold my action.
Okay.
You're holding your action for the ring of fire to drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Kyo.
And
Drop
I
it.
shout out that I'm gonna take care of Bond.
The sun's getting real low, Kyo. Gideon.
Kinian.
Okay, so you did say that you're going to take care of Kinian.
Yeah.
I
And Kyo's
instantly
like,
turn, and
Okay.
you hear a creepy, I can hear you.
Yes, you can.
So I scurry up the rest of the way.
Yep.
Out of the hole,
Mm-hmm.
and then I drop concentration.
Okay.
After.
I immediately cast Remove Curse onto Kinian.
Okay.
You have to touch me?
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
touch him.
But like I've already got it started and I just like step in and
Okay.
where's
Isn't there a
Yeah.
roll?
It's
at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is a cursed magical item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object,
Yep.
so it can be removed or discarded. So
Yep.
no roll. You're just
well, you gotta touch
no
him.
longer. Yeah,
He-
but I
he-
have to roll to touch.
He
or
is. You
There's
have
no touch.
something? Or
Is it a touch or is it a range?
it's
Okay.
at
It's
your
at
touch.
your
all
touch.
curses affecting one.
Yeah,
creature.
But it doesn't say
It's not
make
an
an
attack.
attack roll. You
Okay.
just touch
Okay.
him. That's all you
Yeah.
have to do.
Cool. Alright.
I'm not familiar with the spell, I was just asking.
In 3.5, it would
There
have
was a
been
touch
and
attack.
there
The
would have
touch
been a touch
AC,
attack
yeah,
and touch
but-
AC,
sorry,
but
gotcha.
they got
Okay.
rid of that. It's
That's
just
what you okay.
Oh, cool.
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 You have no clue what happened, Kinian. You're standing there and shit is dead. And and you're kind of groggy in the head.
Did we win?
And
Yes.
and there's Tim like kind of flustered, like her red hair is like hanging down in front of her face and is like quite flustered looking.
Just a little.
It's not so muddy where you're standing though.
Glad that I'm not
Yeah.
about to be like punched in the face or anything.
Yeah. So, cut to Manette. So, Manette,
Yeah.
can I see the map real quick?
Yeah.
Are you Lakido? Are you throwing like Koopa Troopas out of your cloud as you're flying around?
Nope. I'm Cloud.
You're a cloud. Meow, 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 meow. So, what you see is, you see, so you leave the kitchen, and you enter into this massive dining hall. There are 8 big pillars in this room, all with oil lamps, and there is a giant. So we're talking this hill giant looks maybe female. You really can't tell because she's so fat. She is 20,000 pounds.
Oh, so she's like an elephant?
She's huge, like folds on folds on folds, and she's sitting in a cart, and the wheels are cambered so that it's like super bowed, and it's pretty much broken.
She is the damn.
Her arms can't really lift that well, but she's trying to get the food to her mouth, and she's succeeding. Just having a hard
Very
time
good at.
Yeah.
She's gotten used to her size.
getting around, right? And she's like, and she's snapping into these bones and meats and stuff like that. And she accidentally grabs one of the goblins that's feeding her. She just tosses it into her mouth, and she's like, is like, and oops, and keeps eating. And you see in this room, there are many things. You see in this room, there is this mound of hill giant. There are 5 other hill giants eating at the tables. There's 4 ogres, and there are 9 goblins left in this room after the one gets eaten, and that is all that's in this room. You see in the middle of the room is 2 big holes, and these holes have like cross beams in them, and they look big enough for medium-sized or smaller creatures to slip through. When you look down, you see a sea of pigs being basically herded around by a group of bugbears.
New bugbears.
7 bugbears and 1 Etten. As you move through this room,
Is that E-T-E-M?
Ettin.
Oh, okay.
They're like a two-headed.
Yeah, it's a
Something.
2-headed giant type
Okay.
thing.
Different enemy than what I was thinking.
Yeah. To the north, to the northeast of this room is a caged area with wolves in it.
Because why not?
Yes, there are 2 vicious, hungry wolves in this area. As you exit through one of the other doorways in this great hall, you exit through another heavy curtain, and you see a giant, a male hill giant. All of these hill giants, other than the mass, are males so far. You see one hill giant standing with its back to the wall, kind of at attention, but more like lazily at attention, shoulders drooped forward, and it smells like shit. It is doing nothing. There is a door just off of this corridor, and through that, another heavy leather curtain is a few orcs. It is 5 blue orcs, and in the center of this room, they're all chilling on pallets. They're sleeping. In the center of this room is another one of those holes, and when you look down that hole, you see some more pigs, and you also see a ramp moving from the outside down to where the pigs are.
Out to here.
Yep. Out to the where the outside orcs and sheeps are. So do you want to follow that outside then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you move outside past the shitty smelling hill giant, past the boulder that seems sized about the same size as the door, just a little small. You move down and you see orcs in this lower area huddled around this fire doing orc things, and there are 10 of them. There are about 300 sheep in this area, and their baying is starting to echo across the quad. There is a small tunnel that looks almost like a cave mouth that leads down underneath this building through the foundation. Do you want to follow that?
Sure.
Okay. This cave mouth goes down the ramp that you saw. This ramp is cut as steps for giants, so very long, wide steps. It moves down and moves into a network of caves. Basically, you see 2 sleeping giants in the caves off to your right.
For context, where was the battle taking place? In
Right
14?
there, 14. Yes. So
And they heard all the pigs in.
yes. Yep. You kind of do a counterclockwise sweep of the lower area. You find in some of the tunnels 2 hill giants in 10, one in each of the 10 rooms. As you move counterclockwise, you move to the north, which has 2 bugbears, and they are just kind of lazily chilling in here. They're kind of taking a break from herding. As you make your way over to what now you can hear kind of the clamoring of battle, you enter the same room as your fellow adventurers, just as Kenyon awakens from the curse.
I
Gotcha,
cast
gotcha.
Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
Kyo slowly comes down the ladder, tail between his legs.
I try to climb the walls with spider climb
That's with your intelligence.
and basically fall to the ground.
Oh yeah. Yep. It would have dropped.
Minette has analyzed this foundation and thinks that he knows where there's a few points of weakness in the foundation, and that 4 out of the 6 points, if weakened or severely damaged, would loosen this whole complex, basically, and allow the river to flow freely.
Did you see any prisoners anywhere? I
No.
forgot if that was covered or not.
No, it wasn't.
Nothing was mentioned, but there
Yeah.
might have been if Alan forgot. about
Yeah, Oh wait, there are prisoners to the north of you in the room above you guys.
15?
15. Yes.
it. Okay,
Okay.
we get them out.
Okay. There is a human Emerald Enclave member who is dazed and confused, and there is also a barbarian there who is the same. They seem to be like drugged. They are very subdued.
I tell him not to worry, that we're here on a mission from the Enclave to rescue him.
Okay. Let's put a point on this. What room do you guys want to tackle first?
Well, we've got 14 and 15 on lock.
Yep.
So
and
we
there's
just need
2
2
points. 2 points that we should damage in there.
Okay.
So
Can we get to either of those within a minute?
Well, why don't
Invisible.
we use
moving speeds.
go cloud form and then rematerialize at the 2 places where we need to plant stuff?
to my knowledge, we didn't buy any explosives.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
Yeah,
need
we
to
did.
figure out how we're going to actually damage all this stuff.
Okay.
I don't know that there's any way that we can do that. Unless you want to give me more intelligence on what that's made of.
You can if you roll an intelligence check for me.
15.
Nice. So this is a mud concrete with the wood pieces put in together. You think that maybe a raging fire might weaken it to a degree. A fire itself would probably do pretty well to this structure. Also, with a 15, you understand that maybe you've taken out enough people to leave and come back with explosives, almost like a scout mission. Or maybe the harpoons on the ship might be able to pierce these spots and weaken them.
How many fireballs can we cast?
I've got 2.
I've got none.
I can cast Ball of Fire again, and I can do fire bolts, which expressly light things on fire that are flammable, that are not being held or carried, or
That'd be the structure.
held or worn. So we could like pile up some tables or whatever and just start. We could start the ones over on this end burning slowly.
Well, I've also got 3 spell slots where I can use Flaming Sphere and Scorching Ray.
Nice.
So yeah, for the ones that we have control of, we could
We can
use
get those
this.
two.
We could just,
lower.
well, you could just fire bolt at each one and eventually they'd burn.
Does Kinian have more oil?
Is there anything on the ship that would be useful?
That reminds me, on my person, I have pints of oil.
Nice.
in the back.
Because that might help too.
I only have a pint of oil.
I have like 20 of them. So.
Kinian, you're looking around, and you have like this moment of lucidity, and you're like, what about the oil lamps? Why not? Why not that?
Is there enough oil lamps for that?
You've seen many oil lamps. There's at least 3 a room, and they are large oil lamps. I mean, these are giants. Giants have to be able to fill them because they're up high enough. So they need to be tactile enough for a giant's dumb fingers.
Put them all out.
Because
and
fingers
dump them
themselves can have intelligence.
Yes.
everywhere. Now, Minute, do you think will be the sheep that you talked about when you filled us in? Do you think they'd be okay if we just drop the dam, or do we need to take them to safety?
They don't seem in the floodplain.
Yeah, they're outside in the normal flow of water.
I would have liked to take some of the pigs, but that's fine.
There's more pigs in the world.
Exactly. So it's not a huge loss.
Alright, so here's what happens. Keo turns into a cloud.
Keo's
Rushes
a
over
snake.
to the rushes over to the east end and preps the wall and blasts it on fire using a spell slot, right?
No, I'm not
No?
using a spell slot.
What are you doing?
So I'm gonna get prepped,
Uh-huh.
Lots of oil.
Lots of oil. Yep.
and then once it's prepped,
Yep.
I make the owl disappear,
Okay.
and then I yell at the top of my lungs, "Fire! Get out while you can!"
In giant?
in common,
Okay.
and then I I walk away all cool
When you're back to the flames?
and prestidigitation. I light a campfire-sized fire.
Nice.
So 20 pints is 4 gallons plus whatever the
Big
alchemy
explosion.
jug can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
And then
it's
it just starts a fire.
it's huge. Just you feel like the air push on you as it lights. After this goes up in flames, you start to hear shouting. 2 giants rush in from one of the connecting tunnels, and
And I'll try and hide.
yep, that's what your second hide was for. And you're able to hide underneath a giant-sized table next to a chair, and these giants are trying to put the flames out, but it's not happening.
Okay.
Do you want to do cloud form after that? Take the minute to cloud form? No? Okay.
Sneak away.
Alright, and you sneak away down to the pigs. Tin, you hear the blast. And you're already hiding to turn into cloud, or turn corporeal. And it just so happens to time perfectly that you turn corporeal the same time as the blast happens.
Okay.
And when that happens, the two bugbears look directly away from you, and they start running off to this blast.
I do yell at the top of my lungs, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And you start working on yours. How do you light yours on fire? Fireball.
But like, I get close to somewhere like I can, like where I was, where I can hide,
Yep.
so I can go back there to Ray Cloud. From there, I cast Fireball.
Okay, sounds good. So you
Yeah.
just like boom, cast fireball, and then you start shifting again.
Yeah.
So you shift back into cloud, taking a minute. You two, Vaughn and Minette, you see the owl disappear, and that's your signal to light these bonfires. And you toss the oil lamps on these piles of wood, and on some of the oil that you guys had, and just it lights and it starts raging. Do you start moving out of this area?
Yep.
Or do you wait for your companions?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna move back to that.
Okay. And so Keo, a dex check, not a save.
Okay, just to check.
Yep.
22.
22. You are able to deftly dodge underneath these pigs and around these pigs.
Yeah.
You actually sneak right between the Ettin's feet as it's like stomping towards you.
No, I'm try and get the pigs to.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, go, 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 this way. And there's bugbears running next to you that don't see you through the sea of pigs, and you just kind of pick your way back towards the group.
Wait, I can see the bugbears.
Yes, you can see the feet. Their feet.
I'm going to try to warn the bugbears to get out.
Okay. How do you do that? You just shout at them?
Oh, I don't want to let that know. I'm like, get out! This place is gonna collapse.
Okay. They don't seem to notice with the stampede that's happening around
I'm doing my
you,
best.
but you do your best. Yep. And you pick your way towards your friends. Eventually, the room has filled with smoke, and it also fills with a cloud as Tin turns cloud form, and you're able to regroup as well with the other adventurers. And you all congregate, and the flames seem to be roaring, building off of this dry side of the foundation. And you're seeing that the fires that are going in the section you're in are starting to crack the mud concrete, and there's spurts of water coming in. You all rush up this ladder. As the last person gets to the top,
It's probably gonna be Kyo because he's been trying to warn people.
okay, yeah. Kyo just gets to the top, and the first wall that you can see busts through and starts filling with water. As it's filling up with water, you see that the docks are starting to break away and sink down through this hole that got created, and you all try to rush for the curtain door in the kitchen. I need everybody that is in this room to make a dex save for me, please.
How big's the room's? Less than 30 feet.
No. The room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
19
12,
buddies.
120, 130 feet.
What's your
21.
21.
Wait, so we're going to the kitchen?
24?
You are in the kitchen, and you are running for the curtain.
Did we say
You're
anything
still in
about...
gas form.
Yeah.
You're in gas form.
Yeah.
You're
Did you say
fine.
anything about where Staravash was?
Staravash is with you guys.
He's down below. He's dead.
His foot's stuck in the floor.
Green.
19.
Nice.
All 19.
19. Okay, so so you all are running, and the floor in front of you is starting to collapse and fold inward as the beams down below are starting to get washed out from the mud inset that they have, and Kyo leaves the door last, and as he does, he starts to like his feet kind of slip on the
And then
on
he
the
misty steps.
yes on the mud, and as it becomes like this mud cliff, he misty steps to safety. You all are starting. You guys are in like a less than an inch of water. There's water starting to fill this this plateau part that you're on. There is a ladder in front of you going up to the plateau with the guard tower on it, which is above the water line. You guys rush for it? Yeah, Kinnian's up in the guard tower, or do you want to be down on the plateau? Where do you
I'm up in the guard tower.
You're up in the guard tower and you're like
Actually,
waving. Okay.
If it was right as we were leaving that
Yeah.
washed out, I would have been able to misty step up onto the plateau.
Okay. So you misty step to the plateau, and Kyo's up on the ladder of the plateau, like waving people up, like come on, come on, come on.
And I'm yelling, fire, escape!
You see on the other side, Kinnian, you see this whole structure start to like wash inward and down river. This river, which seemed almost like, I don't know, placid. It was very still. Seems to have like enraged with this loosening of pressure. It is pushing very hard, and it's become like rapids, and it's folded in through this kitchen area. It's also folded in through this like big dining hall that you never saw. And you hear giants like shouting, but you hear one giant shouting the most, "Save me!" Over all of the calamity that is happening. You see like ants are washing out from this building, and you see the blue orcs like running off to the east towards the high forest.
Do I see a tree ant on fire run and put its head in the water?
No, that would be cool though. And you guys see basically this whole structure like wash out, like yeah, it is probably the most desolate thing you've seen or done, and by the end of it, after this like whole thing washes out, you see
Did I see any bugbears or goblins make it out?
yeah, a lot of these creatures didn't seem to die. They seem to escape. You don't know the exact numbers, but they're running for the hills basically. These cats are routed fully, and you see the fattest of the hill giants is like stuck in the rapids. Like it, think of it like the water rolled her and is at the bottom of one of these rapids and is currently drowning. You see like her medium-sized creature bone skeleton like washing with the water, and you see like this big like massive toe. It looks almost like a hill giant's toe on a string, like snap off of her neck and start floating down the river. You also see a conch shell that is at least 3.5 foot long, and it is as big as like, I don't know, 1.5 foot, 2 foot wide. It is huge, and it's starting to wash down the river. It's this like pearlescent white shell, and it's like blue, 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 tumbling down the river.
Should we go after them?
Do you want to? What do you want to do?
Does that seem important?
The shell seems, at the very least, it looks expensive.
How big is it?
Yeah.
How heavy does it look?
You can pick it up, like less than 50 pounds.
Kyo, do you make your interest in it known?
I'm looking to see if there's something I can ride to go after it.
If you look interested, I can go get it.
You can ride Bond.
All you gotta do is say something like, "Ooh, I want that."
That's fly. Yeah.
You just hear Kenny in the distance, "Fly, you fool!"
Except that was never said in the actual.
Yeah. So, you go for it.
Yeah.
You find the conch has like washed up on a shore far downriver after you catch up to it.
What about the toe?
You see you don't see it. Keo, when you pick this up, this conch seems magical.
Does it?
It's got a dwemer about it that just reeks of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have an eye for these things.
yes. And eventually you signal for the ship and you regroup on the ship. Nothing seems to have come back to this area. Everything has run away. You do see, however, as you're flying up towards the...
Did the sheep escape the pens, or...?
the sheep are still there. They just left them.
Yeah. I think we should just leave the guy in the pen with the sheep.
Okay.
The one we...
All right.
went out.
While you're waiting for the ship to show up, you guys are doing this, and you notice that this river is glittering with money. It is just jam packed with money. You're seeing, you see like copper and silver and gold and platinum just like sprinkled all over this area.
Every
and
6 seconds, one's
Yeah,
flying
yeah,
towards me.
and it's like washing up on shore, and you're seeing items like pop up here and there down shore. As this river, like, because think of this river as like spread out really wide, and then it condenses eventually after the flow has normalized. So there's a lot of stuff washed out, and
They dammed it up to use it as like cover for all the treasure they've been stealing.
no, you think that this was all treasure that was just accumulated
in
and
the building.
yeah, in the building,
Oh,
and
That's what I was thinking about killing without destroying that.
yeah, and you think that the water just washed it out.
sure.
So
We grab what we can.
yes,
In a reasonable manner.
yes. So you guys take your time. You guys take your time and look for all you can while you're loading up and kind of getting the ship ready, and we will pick up next time here. Hey everybody, it's Alan, your DM, and I wanted to say thank you from the cast and crew for listening to Roll with Advantage. We really appreciate it. If you feel like you want to support the podcast or even want to get on the podcast in all sorts of different ways, go ahead and check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/rollwithadvantage. We've got all sorts of different support structures that have got fun little things for each of the levels. If you can't support monetarily, comments and subscriptions go a very long ways. So if you could comment in iTunes or on YouTube, that would help out the podcast so much. We also love to interact with our fans. If you use the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage on Twitter, or you can post in our subreddit, we will be happy to engage with you guys. It's a super fun way to get to know some of us, and you get to ask questions about your favorite characters or about the world, what's going on in the background, stuff like that. We also want to say a big thank you for Incompetech.com and BattleBards for letting us use their music and sound effects. They do a fantastic job, and I highly suggest you guys go check them out. Just beautiful work from everybody there. For a full list of the pieces we use, go ahead and check out the description, and you'll find it there. So, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye!